Welcome back to another episode of the Gang Bros podcast. I got my boy Reese.
What's happening? How y'all doing today, man? Episode 3, man. We back at it, man.
We
Draft
coming.
week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tap in, man. What's happening? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Another podcast, man. We here. We thugging. We cooling.
Yeah.
Get this content out here over and over, man. We ain't stopping right now.
And listen, man, we got our foot on the gas, man. You know, every week we're gonna get this content out. Every week, man, we're gonna try to get better, tap into something different, man. You know,
every day we're gonna get better, man. You seen that Sinners movie, bro?
Hell yeah, man. That shit is epic, man.
Man, I seen it yesterday, bro. It took me a minute to realize, cause you told me about it the other day. You was talking about the vampire shit. So I wasn't really thinking about it. But then when she finally said they're vampires, I was like, boy, this what Reese was talking about.
But who you talking about? Like, who you talking
about? The fat. I don't know the twins' names. The one with the baby.
Oh, you talking about Stack?
Stack, yeah.
Stack, yeah.
Cause she do voodoo, ain't it? Like
she was a voodoo. I guess you could call her like a voodoo priestess. But you talking about? Oh, you talking about Smoke Girl?
Yeah, the one with the fat lady.
Yeah. So you talking about Smoke Girl? So cause she first called them Hanks. That's what they call them. They call them Hanks, which is almost like a demon to an extent. But yeah,
bro,
man, when she realized it was vampires, boy, it was up.
I'm a little slow. It took me a minute. I was like, man, what? Who? I didn't know what it was.
So what you thought it was?
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, he'll be clueless, man.
I don't know what I didn't even think about it. I was just like, it's a horror movie. So I was like, oh, they some type of demon shit, you feel me? So but then when she was like, they vampires, I was like, cause you told me about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this is what Reese was talking about.
So I'm just saying, like from the beginning of the movie, man, it was just a whole build up of symbolism.
It was slow.
And the symbolism from the beginning, it just show you like from the colors that Smoke and Stack wore from red and blue, it just symbolized that it already told you from the jump that who was gonna be the sinner or the devil for a lack of better term. Yeah, because you just look at the red and blue. You know what I'm saying? And if you pay attention to the scene where Sammy,
hey, by the way, if you haven't watched the movie, you might want to skip this.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, man. Spoiler alert for sure. Spoiler alert for sure, man. But check it out, man, for sure. It's definitely a good movie. But it was the scene with Sammy and them. They had the scene where they was, he was hitting the guitar and they was playing the music and shit. And I don't know if you paid attention to that scene, but when he had all the different musics and they started playing the different hip hop and all of that.
That was hard, bro.
But he had the gang culture in there. You know what I'm saying? And that just symbolizes the red and the blue, and like I said, the evil and the good. You know what I'm saying? Because the blue represents heaven. You know what I'm saying? So it just, again, man, Ryan Coogler is a masterpiece,
hard, bro. And this was his first horror movie, bro.
Yeah, the man hard.
That was hard, bro. At first, I was like, I gotta see what this movie about. But then, as I'm going, bro, I'm just like, boy, this is hard. This is gonna be a 2.
He already said, he already said he's working on a sequel for it. I don't think it needs a sequel because it was good in his own way.
I think it do, bro.
Why?
That's a good movie.
How could you make a sequel to something that everybody died in?
Not everybody died. I call him Michael A. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan. Michael A. Jordan still alive with Sammy.
Yeah, but he did transcend to the afterlife because that's why he was able to see his girl with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Because he did get shot. We don't know if he dead or not because he never showed nothing after that. But,
what you mean?
Because remember when he came and he shot all them people at the end of the movie and he got shot and he lifted his shirt up. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's alive.
We don't know.
I think he's alive.
But I just don't see how you can make another movie to that, man.
Because both of them boys still alive. One's not a vampire, one's is.
But let's get into that. Like classics. Do you think classic movies always need a sequel?
No.
So you consider this a classic?
Too early. Right? I would say yes.
Okay, so
but it got to, bro. My opinion, I just feel like it got to. Like they gotta do another Friday.
They've done 3 Fridays.
They have to do another one. I have to do a new age one.
Yeah, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? We've already got next Friday, Friday after next. So yeah, we've been wanting another Friday and the only reason we've been wanting another Friday because we never got Smokey in next Friday or Friday after next. We've been wanting Chris Tucker since part 2. You know what I'm saying? We never got that. So the fans just feel like we've been neglected or not getting Chris Tucker in that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why we've been wanting another Friday. We've been, neglected of that shit for years.
True,
man.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for that. But I don't even think, we needed another Friday, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But I think if we would have got Chris Tucker in next Friday, we would have been good with that.
You think not the top? You think this new Friday would be good?
It better be.
Somebody better be.
It better be, because it's been too long, man. They waited too long. It's almost the, I don't want to call it the equivalent, but it's almost the equivalent of when they made I Got the Hookup 2. That shit was disappointing, man.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that shit was disappointing, man. I Got the Hookup 1 was a classic. They should have left it alone. It was too rushed, and they put people in it that shouldn't have been in it, and it messed up the classic of I Got the Hookup, if you ask me.
You think it was a 10 out of 10?
Hell yeah.
Got you.
Only if you understand the symbolism and the metaphors that went into making that movie.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you ain't never told me before the movie, I would probably been like, yo.
Because it's so much deeper than, like, their little cousin Sammy was based on a real blues singer that actually gave his soul to the devil to become famous. You know what I'm saying? He was based on a real character.
Bro, when that old man pop up on that screen at the end of the movie.
What old man?
The old man with the...
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I thought that's a real person?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He based on a real person.
So you trying to tell me vampires real?
Yeah, me and you had this conversation off air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in vampires, I believe in all that, but that's a different conversation for another day. Not everybody can handle those type of conversations, man. Because
I was like, shit, this man real? That's a real...
Yeah, I believe...
Real scars?
Do you believe in vampires? Honestly, tell the truth.
It depends. I mean, I do and I don't.
You believe in demons?
Yes.
Then you got to believe in vampires.
That's what I say. It depends. I do and I don't.
Yeah, vampires. I feel like all of that shit is real, man. It's just a matter of it's just a matter on what your mind want to believe. Because a lot of our mind will go into fight or flight.
I was thinking like, man, that shit real. Yeah. When you call me like, yo, this nigga be tripping.
I don't be tripping.
But then like as I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh, this shit little.
Because you got to ask yourself, if you believe in voodoo.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people believe it. And that's the thing.
It's just
like, a lot of people believe in voodoo and witchcraft, but they won't believe in demons, or they won't believe in vampires. Or they'll believe in aliens, but won't believe in ghosts. Like,
it's the same thing.
You contradicting yourself.
I think ghosts are real.
Yeah.
I just feel like aliens, why they ain't come fuck with us yet?
You said, why?
Yeah. We've been, like, this Earth been here for how long?
Who said they haven't fucked with us?
I'm talking about like on some movie type shit, like, hey, let's go fuck that planet.
See, that's your problem. You think this shit a movie. This ain't a movie.
Life is a movie.
No, but it's not, man. See, that's for wrong people. A lot of people think everything's supposed to be played out like the movie.
I get it.
Nah, this ain't the
I'm expecting them boys to drop a nuke. They in the ocean, taking over, all type of shit. What's that movie called where Rihanna, that military movie that Rihanna was in? You ever see that one?
Yeah, you talking about
something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But it's just like Terminator, man. Like, man, right now, do you realize that Terminator came out in like 95? Or, no, I lie. Like 90. It came out in the 90s, I want to say the very first one. But Terminator was based on AI. Do you not realize AI just came out, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
But back then, people said that shit would never happen.
Yo.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got this.
We gonna die.
Like, Back to the Future. We was looking towards the future, saying that 2024 is the future. We in 2025, and half of the shit that we didn't see has not happened yet.
So what's gonna happen from 10 years from now?
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. Like, who knows? Like, the sky's the limit. We just not getting AI, and it's more advanced than we've.
That shit is dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Back to the sentence thing, man. What was your favorite part, man?
Shit, my favorite part was man. It's so many layers to that movie, man. Like, it got to be the part when his brother got turned. You know what I'm saying? His brother got turned because once Stack got turned into a vampire, his brother Smoke had to make a decision.
I thought he was gonna be weak with it, but he was strong.
His brother had to make a decision because his whole life he had his brother back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to make a decision on whether you gonna kill your brother.
I was like, get him out, get him out, like, get him out.
What are you doing that position?
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, that's very hard in that position. Like, what do you do, bro? Now you got to make a decision on whether you gonna kill your brother or you gonna let him, or you gonna throw him out to them wolves out there.
Cornbread should never went that deep in the woods, bro. Ain't that deep. Take a shit around the corner, bro.
Hey, Cornbread was dead before he even started.
Bro, you gotta go deep in the woods. You took a piss?
Man, listen here. Cornbread was dead before he even started.
Like, what you doing, bro? Man. That shit was hard when he went to get that man the money.
Oh, yeah.
That was hard. Hell yeah. I was like, that happened so quick, cuz.
Yeah, man.
Man, that was a good movie, bro.
It was.
I think she started crying.
What?
Sierra emotional, bro.
Oh, Lord.
When he had let his brother live, she was like, oh, I said,
yeah, I'm gonna go see it again, man.
That's definitely rather see it again.
I gotta go see it.
I'm taking my brother with me.
Yeah.
For the message.
Yeah, man. Take sis.
Melissa sister? Yeah. For the message.
Yeah, man, because I feel like it's a dope message. It's a dope message behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, you got to really. It's almost like listening to a Lil Wayne song. If you don't understand what the hell he's saying and what he means, then you ain't gonna understand the movie. You're gonna look at it for face value.
Imagine Ryan Coogler and Jordan Peele doing the movie.
Should be epic.
They should, bro.
And there's been a lot of producers like that collabed on movies. Like, case in point, I seen transitioning to something else. I saw a TikTok where a young lady basically was saying that she had to walk out of the movie because it was demonic and it was this, that, and the third. I'm like,
what's about Sinners?
Yeah, I'm like, do you not know the movie is called Sinners?
True.
Like, people set up these expectations of things. I'm like, man, listen, don't downplay, something as great as this, knowing what you walked into. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's almost like saying you put your hand under water, not expecting your hand to get wet.
I hear people say that. It's like, you have to know what's coming. You ever know what's. There's people like, I'm not gonna watch that because this and that. But it's like, I feel like you gotta be informative. With me, you gotta.
What you mean?
Like it's like I don't watch CNN because all that's negativity, but you gotta be informed of what's happening.
Right? Yeah.
In my opinion.
Absolutely, and I get what you're saying. Like, you definitely got to inform yourself of what's going on, but it's like, don't bring negativity towards yourself if you know what you're going into. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie is called Sinners. You can't go in there thinking you're gonna get something godly if you know the shit is called Sinners.
True.
And then complain about it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Ryan Coogler gave us something that's great. You shouldn't rain on his parade or try to get it banned or whatever the case may be because it wasn't something that was up to your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Man,
you seen this new movie called Him?
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Peele movie?
Oh, yeah, that's another one that I think gonna be a hit this year.
I seen the trailer. If you don't see the trailer, check the trailer out. It's called Him by Jordan Peele.
So what you think about that one?
I don't know. I need a little bit more info.
Man, Him, man, I think
it's more like a football player sacrificing to be great. I mean, to be good. Like they say, like most music artists sacrifice sacrifice to have a great career. I think it's the same thing.
And to that point, like, I don't know how true it is. You know what I'm saying? I have to look more into it, but they say a lot of it. I ain't saying that they're saying that the movie is based on him, but they're saying that Tom Brady is one of them ones who sacrificed a lot because his wife, his ex-wife, she do witchcraft and shit. She's on record saying that. You know what I'm saying?
I never know.
A lot of people don't know that,
yeah,
but she's on record.
I thought she was just a model.
Yeah, she do that type of stuff. So they just try to equate.
How they select people?
What you mean?
Like, this man was a 7th round pick out of Michigan.
I get it, but he goes to the top.
How they like, you gonna be the one?
I'm not saying that they said that. This is allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing, but all I'm saying is the movie is based on a football player who wanted to rise to the top and sacrifice everything to be great. You know what I'm saying? That's what the movie is about. But it's a horror movie by Jordan Peele. You know what I'm saying?
A horror sports movie. That's gonna be
crazy. And then they got Marlon in it. Marlon ain't never played in a real horror movie. Scary movie was not a real horror movie.
It's a comedic movie.
That's a parody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that shit was never real. So I'm excited to see him, do something different like that, man.
Hey, man, shout out to these black producers, man, directors, man. We doing our thing.
Protect them at all costs. Protect them at all costs.
Speaking about protection, man. Hey, man, they trying to kill Onk, bro.
Facts. Man, what they got going
on? A week after this man was supposed to sign $100 million.
I thought he signed it.
He was going to. That was like, they were saying like he expected to sign that. I don't think he signed it.
So he ain't signed $100 million.
I'm not sure, but
you need to look that up.
It was just weird. Like a week after this announcement came out.
Man, so you mean to tell me this man ain't even signed $100 million? Again, this is allegedly. We need to confirm whether he signed it or
I don't think
he did not sign it. But let's just say he didn't sign it. So Unc going to sign a $100 million check, and we got somebody trying to sue him for $50 million of money he ain't even received yet. That's insane.
That's crazy, man.
That's insane.
I just feel like because he was hot, bro. He is.
He is.
He was like the hottest producer. He was getting big, bro.
Compliments of Cat Williams.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he was getting there. But Cat said it.
Yeah.
Cat said it. Hey, man, they coming for you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
He got all the big interviews. I think Nightcap was doing good on tour.
So, staying on that. So let me ask you this: do you think that live situation was real, or you think it was staged?
Talking about the whole Michelle thing with him, like
That's what the situation with the girl name was.
No, so this is a different situation.
No. I'm saying, do you think that situation was real?
Talking about when he was so-called has an Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that was fake.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everybody kept saying he gay. He gay. He don't get no pussy. Yeah. So I feel like with him being on ESPN and him getting big, I feel like that. I mean, I think it's fake. Me personally.
Yeah, I absolutely.
Because you know how hard it is to get on Instagram Live.
What you mean?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I mean,
like,
so
phone
I mean, not really, but I don't know. I don't know no more, bro. I don't know about shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. You don't know what's real.
I don't know what's real and what's fake, man. At this point, bro. But it's crazy. They trying to. But you read the thing, bro?
About what?
What his lawyer said. Shannon Sharpe is a freaky ass nigga, bro. I don't know.
That was the girl. You talking about them text messages?
Yeah.
That was the girl sending that shit.
She said $25K for a cheek. How much you paying, nigga? Damn. Shannon Sharpe, boy.
Hey, no, man. Boy, you stupid.
I'm just saying, that's a freaky nigga, boy.
Man, Unc trying to get his.
Hey, salute the Unc, bro. Hey, salute the Unc, but that's a freaky nigga.
Hey, you know what? You know the irony in all of this. Hey, man, he's from Savannah, Georgia, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say he's from.
He's not from, but he
he's a
spent some time down here. He's from South Georgia. I think he's from like an hour or two from here, but yeah, freaky nigga, boy.
Hey, man.
Hey,
he around here promoting Rose Sparks. And
that's
shit.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's a freaky nigga, boy.
Your boy, man.
Hey, man, what's up? Hey, what's up with this Gates, man? Gates and Braun. I think it's funny. I think that's funny.
I think Gates spoke. He spoke on an observation that he saw with his own eyes, and I think he spoke the truth. That's what I think.
Because Gates don't give a fuck.
Ain't nobody gotta like it. That's just what it was.
It's just funny to me because I know Gates don't really give a fuck.
Not at all.
And he spoke on something that LeBron probably was like, nigga, God damn.
Because we all know how it be when your homeboys tell you some shit about your girl or about a situation, and you know you don't want to. Truth hurt.
You think LeBron and Gates got a relationship?
You said that again?
You think LeBron and Gates got a relationship?
That I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I realize that Gates fuck with a lot of people. Really fuck with Gates.
Yeah, they do absolutely. I don't think it's no beef or nothing like that. I just think
I love you, Brian.
Gates literally say, man, I F with you. You know, I mess with you. You know the long way. But you know, your girl, your wife be looking. She don't be looking at you like she
looking annoyed.
Just like, man, you could see that in ton of a relationship, bro. If you go out right now, bro, even with dudes that be trying to fight in public, bro, half the time, if you see a girl that look at her dude and she rolling her eyes, bro, she don't believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, half these dudes just be capping, you know what I'm saying?
That man Gates is funny. And he responds to my bro, I love you, bro. I don't want no smoke. You the greatest. You know what I mean? I don't want no smoke.
All I know is, man, this album better be fire because Gates is on the trending page every single day. Every day I see this man on Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, everything about something different, bro.
Speaking on Gates, man, it's funny how, because I'm assuming he with Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner, yeah.
And if he was like, man, why you gonna go back to Drika? He's like, man, I wasn't happy.
But see, that's the thing, man. I think they still married, but they just ain't together. You know what I'm saying? Because even him and her have both spoke on interviews saying that they still married. They just on their journey. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But people look too much into other people's relationships.
True. Yeah.
And, you know, I know a lot of people going to say, well, you know, he's speaking on LeBron relationship. No, he made an observation on some public shit that we saw probably on the game on Saturday? You know what I'm saying? They probably panned the camera on his wife. She probably didn't look at LeBron like she was supposed to, being at his wife, and Gates spoke on it. That ain't speaking on their relationship. Everybody else calling Gates' relationship a circus and everything else because they trying to figure out something that they don't have knowledge about.
We don't know if him and Drika came to a conclusion like, hey man, look, we just gonna do our separate thing.
Yeah, exactly, and they've been on their journeys or whatever. Because to be honest, Drika cheated on him according to the song. Yeah, she cheated on Gates with her trainer. That was all in the song that he made. And he was protecting Drika all this time. He left her. It wasn't the other way around.
I remember one song he did something about an NFL nigga. That's what I'm talking about?
Nah, her trainer was a dyke. It was a female.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anybody who's a fan of Gates would know that. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, a lot of people just be speaking on things they don't have no knowledge.
Nah, look at it now. It's like, he chilling. He doing, let the man do his thing. Yeah. How about she ain't never said nothing? Speaking of LeBron, man, but you know, it looking low. It's 0-1, man.
Hey, man, Anthony Davis. Not Anthony Davis. Edwards. Yeah, he balled out, man. But that shit ain't gonna happen twice, bro.
No, man.
Them boys, man. You mean to tell me everybody on that team hit a three, bro? Everybody? Ain't nobody was missing? The Timberwolves, bro?
Game 2.
Come on, man.
Hey, I go down 0-2 and heading going to Minnesota. First round exit.
Lakers in 5.
First 6.
You're right.
And if you lose, it's gonna be 7.
You're right.
You might lose.
Yeah, it's gonna be Lakers.
Hey, that man. Hey, that man ain't going off now.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I know LeBron 40. People keep forgetting. LeBron James is 40. That's not forget. So some days, some games, he might take off. He might not do what he usually do. But
listen, bro. At the end of the day, he could be 40. He could be 50,
crazy.
Whatever. But he got Luka, man. He got a squad behind him. At the end of the day,
you know what Luka don't do?
Ant just was hyped up. He ain't got to pay no child support no more. The man was good. The man was in his bag, man. Listen, he feeling good about himself. Hey, salute to him, bro. Hey, I am not mad. But at the end of the day, they ain't got enough.
You know what Luka don't do?
What's that?
Move his damn feet. He don't play no damn defense.
Hey, check this out. Hey, what was Luka at last year?
By
himself.
In the finals.
Oh, okay.
What you mean by himself? He was with Kyrie.
I'll give you that.
I was finna say. You trying to tell me Kyrie Irving ain't nothing?
But at the same time, Luka was in the finals last year, bro. So who better, Kyrie or Bron?
Bron.
Okay then. And he got Bron and Luka. And we got AR-15.
With no big. They had bigs. They had bigs at the pocket in Dallas.
We ain't worrying about that, man. Listen. We ain't worrying about none of that shit that you talking about, man. It's that. Hey, listen. It's either gonna be Boston and Lakers in the finals.
I swear to God, Mr. Kent, y'all boys lose the first round exit, boy. I'm on your ass,
man,
boy.
You ain't gotta worry about that, man.
I'm on your ass, Reese. You know me.
Listen.
Oh yeah, it was on your ass.
I'm gonna tell you
NFL.
I'm gonna tell you every week. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You let my Lakers win the finals after my Eagles just won a Super Bowl.
I'm blocking you.
You can't block me.
What you mean? Why can't?
I'm in your house right now, nigga.
I see you when you get here.
It ain't no avoiding me.
I see you when you get here.
I am on your ass.
What?
It's gonna take Creed, Mrs. Carter.
What you mean?
Miss Moima.
Why would you be on my ass?
What you mean?
I don't have no debate.
Because you talk the most shit.
Now when it comes to basketball, I was 75-25. Don't do that.
No, it ain't even about the sport, sir. It's about the amount of trash talk that you talk to Mr. Kent, which is myself. So you gotta get whatever is coming your direction.
Football, yeah.
I told you. You
basketball, no.
What I told you the other day on the phone, sir, when you called me, I say, listen, you could take all the shots that you want. Just remember when I send them back, just get ready.
It was an observation, sir.
Observation of what?
No bigs, bro. Y'all lost first round. The first game, y'all might win tonight.
We might?
Might.
All right, well, put your money on it. How much you want to put? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
On the game?
Yes.
I bet you 25 that y'all lose.
25?
Yeah.
That we lose tonight?
Yeah.
And what we playing at?
You know what? You got it.
No, I'm just asking the question. I had to make.
I'll bet 25 that y'all lose 2 games.
Man, no, I ain't bet. That's stupid. That's why I don't even like basketball, because you got to play a team seven times and all that. Man, this ain't like football, man. Ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
But if it's football, y'all been fucked.
Man, listen, man, I ain't.
Because that one game over with.
Man, matter of fact, man, you heard about that DDG and Walker? That back and forth they had about an outfit, man.
I never understood what was Walker point. Like,
first of all, I'm not speaking on no man about what the hell he got going on and what he wearing. First of all, let's start there. Because at the end of the day, if DDG feel like that's what he want to wear, or that's what he feel like he comfortable in wearing or doing, then that's that man business. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he speaking on this man and what he got going on? Now, at the end of the day, it's not something I would personally wear. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's that man's style.
I just don't understand why he said anything, man. And if it was addressed, then I'll understand. Said something, but in the day, but it's like, bro, it's fashion, I guess, and it's in Japan, in my opinion. Like, I'm just like,
but at the end of the day, bro, even if it was addressed, bro, ain't nobody say nothing to Young Thug.
T.I. did, but they cool though.
But what did they say? What did
T.I. was like, man, take that shit off, bro.
Did he take it off?
No.
Yo, okay then. So gives a fuck. Nobody said nothing to Prince back in the day when he was doing that shit.
I just think sometimes Walker be reaching. In my opinion, it's like, hey man,
listen,
you should this man roster him.
Who?
DDG.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like man, the man doing.
The man should just carry a lineup. Hey man, look, man, quit playing with me, bro.
The man doing what he want to do.
Go play with me, man.
Hey, listen, that's one thing I pride on, man. Then do what makes you happy. What anybody got to think.
Walker, if you had to do a Mount Rushmore on like, Walker, his music was considered as what, like,
you talking about his category?
Yeah, music? Category. Like Crunk?
Nah. Crunk had to die by the time Walker. I don't know what you would put him in.
Would you put Mount Rushmore? Would you put Walker on?
Would you even put him on a Mount Rushmore?
I guess a Mount Rushmore with Gucci artist.
I guess you could put him on trap. Nah, you can't really put him in trap music. I don't know. I got to get back to you on that one. I got to do some research on that one.
Speaking of
Walker, don't get me wrong now. Walker had a great run for sure, and he still had a good run even after he quit doing like the regular rap. Cause he had a moment where he got away from rap and he was doing some other shit, and he was still popping in other cities and countries. So I can't really speak on that part of his career, but
you think his name rang overseas, like Snoop Dogg name?
For sure.
So Mount Rushmore of overseas, who get the overseas international recognition? Would it be Snoop?
Rappers,
yeah. Snoop,
right
for sure.
Now, Snoop, Wiz,
for sure.
Tech Nine.
That's before me.
Pitbull. Pitbull is technically a rapper. He was a rapper before he was a pop star.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg.
However you want to look at that, but.
True. Speaking of Rushmore, Atlanta, my Rushmore, my Rushmore ain't built yet. They're still building it. So, Mr. Kent, what?
No, I want to hear this. You've been around long enough to give me a Atlanta Mount Rushmore. I only need 4 artists from you, and I want y'all to tune in. Hey, turn your volumes up for this. You gotta
do that.
Yes, turn your volumes up, everybody.
I'm still missing a spot.
Missing a spot? It's only 4, bro. Like I ain't asked you to give me 10 people. Just give me 4. Like who's doing? I'm
gonna just put Migos after people. There you go. I'm just playing. Nah, Atlanta Rock Mustman for me. I'll put Migos on there, bro. That's all I grew up on. Okay. You feel me? I'll put Migos on there. Future for sure.
Okay.
I know I said this earlier that like I didn't grow up on listening to Gucci Mane and stuff like that, so I'll put T.I. on there.
Well, I thought you were about to say Lil Bo. I was about to say.
See, there you go again with the bull job now.
What? Hey man, listen, it's okay to be a fan, bro.
What you mean? He made good music, bro. He did make good music.
Listen, I ain't knocking the young fella.
I seen you one time. You was jamming to his music one time.
He had one good song with T Grizzly, bro. That's it. We're not even about to do that.
He got some play in that truck. Don't do that.
One song with T Grizzly, sir. You never heard me listen to Lil Yachty.
This man used to clown me all the time. That man made good music, bro. That man made good not trap music, good rap music, bro.
He made good.
I know he love Bo with the beads in his head.
He makes good music. I ain't gonna say great. He make good music. I'm not even about to say it, but he don't get no play in my ride. And he's not one person I listen to, so we're not about to do that. And he would never go on a ATL Mount Rushmore. Anybody I know. So we're not doing that. Negative.
Migos, Future, I'll put T.I. on there too. And
you crossing generations.
I am, but I told you my Rushmore's fucked up.
All right. You already know who's going on mine.
Go ahead.
Gucci, Jeezy, Tip, and I gotta throw Future on there.
Who will be the 5th spot if there was a 5th spot? If they say, hey, put a 5th spot right there.
5th spot, ATL. Who would I put on that 5th spot? I'm going to just throw, because I can't really think off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm going to throw Outkast on there.
Why they not included in the 4?
What you mean?
Why they not in the 4?
Because I'm basically going off of really impact. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Outkast had a great impact, but they're a duo too. You talk about Andre, you talk about Big Boy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm just basically going off that real down south ATL impact. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Put Luda on there.
Interesting.
Luda. I put Luda on there, hands down. Luda.
Move Outkast, put Luda?
Yeah. That's just my opinion. And I F with Outkast, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Outkast got bunch of classic albums. I'm sure anybody would attest to that. But
y'all boys, put y'all Atlanta Rock Rushmore in the comments. Send me them what y'all think.
Yeah, you gotta put Luda on there.
What about we'll do white rappers. White rappers were Mount Rushmore.
Shit. Definitely. I'm just gonna go by what I saw.
Eminem.
Because you gotta put Eminem on there. You gotta put Paul Wall on there.
Okay.
You gotta put
what about MKG? MGK, my bad.
Yeah, I guess you could put MGK on.
I think one of the lists had him off of it. He was mad.
Yeah, because they had put I think they had put
Mac
you
Miller.
can put Mac Miller on there, but I think they had put Russ on there in place of him.
Nah.
Yeah, Russ had just came out like
he hard though.
Yeah, he tough, but he had just came out like 5 years ago.
What makes MGK on there though? I mean, I know he been in the game for a minute.
For one, he's the only only white rapper to really go at Eminem and really
held his own.
Yeah, held his own for one, and he's the pretty much only besides Eminem and Mac Miller, probably the only other white rapper that's been accepted by the black community or the urban community. Let me say that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I like MGK.
R&B Round Rushmore. Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown, Usher, R. Kelly. You gotta go with Michael Jackson. He's the king of pop.
Who will get the fifth spot?
Fifth spot, Prince.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotta go with Prince.
Who you think that should be on there that's not on there for the most lists that you see besides Prince? R&B.
R&B.
Like it's like a sneaker. That one that's like, yeah, him.
R&B.
You got majority. You got Chris, Usher, R. Kelly, and you got Michael Jackson. And then you have the alternate would be Prince, R&B. I don't think there's nobody else that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I just said Prince, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who else I'll put on this.
But these Rock Rushmore things is funny.
You could put Trey Songz. Huh? Hey, what you got against Trey, man? Hey, Trey was that one night.
These Rock Rushmores is funny as hell, bro.
Yeah, they've been putting them out like every day.
Those AI generated pics, or those just?
That I don't know. They look like it.
Well, look.
Yeah, look like it. But yeah, man, shit, I don't know, man. So
with the draft coming up, man, I like this draft thing, man. It's getting close and close, man. I feel like Shador is sliding every day.
Yeah, man, I ain't lying. Why you think he's sliding though, bro?
Like you said, you've been called, bro. It's just the ego, him. I don't know. Just the egoness, the boast, the confidence. Like his confidence kind of rubbed people off the wrong way, in my opinion. But I know we got the draft coming up. We're gonna have more conversation about the draft though, for sure. But I was gonna see if we can go through a little. I don't know if you want to do like little games bro mock draft.
Yeah, you want to do the mock draft, or you want to just go through the draft of who we think we're gonna get picked or whatever the case?
I'm talking about for what each team gonna pick.
Yeah,
we do that. Like what they need.
Well, we know who got picked one. That's the Titans.
Yeah, I think they'll go. I think they'll go Cam Ward. I think they'll go Cam Ward because it's solidified. The man already said. He already kind of said it on.
He basically claiming them boys already.
Well, if they don't pick that man, that would be funny.
I'm gonna clown him because he went at AJ the other day, and I don't like that.
Did. What did he say?
That man said Calvin Ridley was better than AJ Brown.
You know why he said that? Stop.
Man,
come on,
if you don't get out of here.
You know why he said that?
Why?
Because he finna go to the Titans.
Boy.
Why would I put another receiver over my receiver I might throw the ball to?
Because I'm gonna say that for another day.
Go ahead.
That was insane word.
What you mean?
Man, that was insane. I get it, but that was insane.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
You didn't know what he was doing. Come on, bro.
Bro, I get it, but come on, bro. Calvin Ridley.
You know what he was doing.
Bro, Calvin Ridley's on his way out of the league, bro.
I won't say that.
He's on his way out.
I won't say
So how many more years you give Calvin Ridley?
3 more years.
You give him 3 more?
Yeah.
I give him 2.
Because if him and Cam work out, he can stay and play.
I'm gonna give you that. Let's see what Cam do because he ain't had a good quarterback. So I'm gonna give him that. And he had that sack for a year with the gambling. So I'm gonna give him
the best
that.
quarterback he ever had was Matt Ryan, maybe.
He played in Atlanta.
Yeah, he played. He got drafted from Atlanta.
Yeah, I give you that.
He went to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is not a great quarterback.
Oh, now he ain't great.
Here we go.
Now
what you mean?
We're gonna say that.
I've never said Trevor Lawrence.
Now this man was a pro advocate for Trevor Lawrence.
No, see, here we go. No. Today is a day. I did not say that Trevor Lawrence was a good quarterback. You was like,
so you ain't tell me this man was better than Jalen Hurts?
I did not say that.
boy.
I did not. Did I say that to you?
This man is a walking cap.
Did I tell that to you?
Yes, you did.
I said you put him in Philadelphia with that offense, he can get far. That's what I said.
No, he got Calvin Ridley. Remember, he's better than AJ.
Man, can you stop with this Calvin Ridley thing? Can you stop?
I'm just saying, man.
You know what that man meant by putting Calvin Ridley. He had to.
Stop it.
Come on now. It's like saying.
Exactly.
You know what he was doing, man. You know what he was doing.
Man, let's go to pick number 2, man. Cleveland Browns.
I think they go. That's hard though. That's where the draft will get messed up at because they can go Abdul or they can go Travis.
I don't think they're going. First of all, I see rumors that they're saying they're going with a quarterback. So we don't know if they're going to take a quarterback at number 2.
Because they don't want Shador.
No, they ain't gotta take. Man, there's so many other quarterbacks.
Man, bro. If you mean to tell me they're gonna pick a quarterback over Shador, the next quarterback off the draft board should be Shador Sanders.
Bro, you got Jalen Hurts. You got
the next quarterback off the draft board should be Shador. Man,
that's your opinion, though.
So you telling me that you think that after Cam or the next quarterback should be somebody else? Bro,
we've already discussed that teams don't see him as that based on his attitude. I
won't even say attitude. It just
when I say attitude, I'm talking about his confidence. His confidence.
What he bring?
Yeah, he come with a lot. That don't mean we don't like him. Of course, Shador's talented. We know what he gonna bring to the table. We know what he gonna do to our organization.
Drafted Miro and that over him.
Just because we see him that way, don't mean that Cleveland see him that way. You know what I'm saying? They might see Jalen Miro as the
so you got them. Who you got them taking?
Shit, I want to say they're gonna take Travis Hunter, but I don't. But they do need a cornerback too. But again, like I said, I see rumors of them taking a quarterback, but I also see them trading down. They could be trading down to get somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So could the Giants, who got the number 3 pick, and they got Giants taking defensive players. So I can see them getting Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter.
I think the Browns pick gonna be vice versa. And then with the 4th pick is what, the Patriots?
Patriots. And
I think they're gonna get receiver. No, it's hard. It's a hard draft.
What is that? They got them taking?
That's a tackle.
A tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see.
I think because the main point of a franchise is keep the quarterback upright, in my opinion.
So they need a.
They got Stephon Diggs. Yeah, they do. Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
I don't see Patriots taking that though. Not with old boy over
You know, offensive linemen used to go pretty high in the draft.
Yeah, for sure. But they need. Well, I can see them. They ain't about to pass up on no star player. You can get
who? If Travis and Abdul gone, who are they gonna take? They don't need no quarterback.
But they not the only good cornerback and edge rushers in the draft.
When you have 1 through 5, you gotta get that nigga.
I feel
you can't get no. You gotta grab him,
bro. So you mean to tell me it ain't no more?
Ain't no him at 1 through 5. They're good players, but you need to grab a him, bro. You need to grab.
So you mean to tell me it's only 3 hims?
Not for a top 5 pick. You need to grab a for sure thing.
So that tackle is a for sure.
They got him up there.
I guess, man.
I think who next?
5 is Jaguar. They taking a defensive.
Oh, Mason Graham. I like him.
I
like him. I think he good. He got short arms though. I think that's gonna hurt him. But I like man because I was looking at us getting him, but he been picking up steam lately. So Jaguars, man, they need a lot. They need more than that. Yeah. I don't think they go deep because they still got Trayvon Walker. They still got Josh Allen.
They got rid of a lot of players too, man. So they need a lot. I don't know how many picks they got in this draft.
They need a lot, man. They need a receiver, lineman. They need a lot. So I can see that happen. Genty too high for the Raiders, bro. Too high, bro.
Why you say that?
I think the Raiders go Shador. In my opinion, Brady connection. Shador is a Brady athlete.
If he don't get picked before 6, but I don't see him getting picked before 6. I do see the
Shador. Yeah. I think he go to Raiders. Bro.
I do see the Raiders picking him.
I don't see Tom Brady passing Shador up.
If Ashton Genty don't get picked at 6,
Ashton Genty's gonna be there at the Cowboys pick, bro.
Kellen Moore's not passing up on him.
Oh, Saints?
Yeah.
They got Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, he stay hurt.
I guess, but come on,
bro. What's better than getting a rookie that can run behind him?
But you know that's gonna piss Alvin Kamara off.
Why?
What you mean why? Alvin Kamara in what 28, 29? We can still come on now.
Still get a rookie like that behind him. You know how good of a back? That's the same equivalent to having old boy in Detroit.
The Saints need more than they didn't get a wide receiver, bro.
He can catch out the backfield, bro. He can be a third down back like Saquon.
Nah, bro. I think receiver.
Bro, they not. They're not passing on a generational talent like him.
But they got. I not saying they're not going to. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, for sure.
They could take him, but I just don't think that's a good idea when you need help at receiver.
Yeah, but when you that far up in the draft, you're not turning down something that good,
True.
bro.
I think so. The Jets next. Who do you think what position do the Jets need to address?
Well, they got a good defense. They need a number one wide receiver, but they're not gonna get it in the draft.
Say again.
They need a number one.
They need a number one receiver. Do you not know who won the Jets?
Yeah, come on, Garrett.
You don't. Oh my goodness.
No, not my opinion. That's my opinion.
What?
They still need somebody to go alongside him.
But not calling him no more receiver. I won't say it's debatable.
It's debatable.
He like a 1.5. Come on, I don't do that.
He is debatable.
Come on now.
I guess it depends on who the quarterback is.
Justin Fields is starting quarterback. Things don't work.
Yeah, it might work. And he played with him in the way? Yeah. So it might work for him. Nah. I was about to say, it just depends on who his quarterback is. Man said Justin. He had old boy, what's his name? Before Aaron Rodgers. He didn't do shit.
Who?
The quarterback before Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, talking about Zach Wilson?
Yeah, he ain't do shit with him.
That man still had 1,000 yards.
Still. That ain't. I keep telling you, 1,000 yards ain't shit no more when you got.
But that means something.
To what?
What you mean to what?
To wide receivers that's getting 1,500 yards now?
Now, I just think 1,000 yards mean you actually putting in that work. Yeah, you're right. It don't mean it no more.
Yeah.
Because everybody getting 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like in a while, 1,000 yards for a running back ain't gonna mean shit no more.
Yeah, because everybody doing it.
I think the bar for running back now is at least 1,500 yards, 1,600 yards.
1,500 for sure.
Yeah, at least 50. 1,000 ain't shit no more. Cause we got 17.
I won't say it ain't shit. It's like, okay, cool, I see you.
I ain't gonna say it ain't shit, but you're talking about we got 17 games now.
True. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like we playing a 14, 15 game season no more.
How you think the Fields do with the Giants? What's the prediction on the record for that?
I think he'll do pretty good because he's surrounded by talent, the same talent that he had in college.
Okay. Pretty
much the same players. They building the same team that he pretty much had in college, which is basically the formula that Philly had.
Gotcha.
They surrounded him. How we surrounded Hurts with either talent that he played with in college or people that he already knew.
Gotcha. Let's run through these picks. So we get the Jets. What position you think they'll get again?
They doing right. They drafted a tackle. They didn't have an offensive line.
Who's next?
Panthers at 8. They getting the edge rusher.
Yeah.
They need that because they got rid of old boy. He's in the Giants right now.
So you think that the Saints, which is next, get Ashton Genty?
If he's available.
Gotcha.
But if not, I do think they take Shador. I've been told you.
Yeah.
And they got Shador.
The Derek Cook is trash.
Walter Nolan. They got Chicago is at 10. They got them picking Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan probably the best defensive lineman in the draft.
I think me being in the same division, I hope they get. I hope you know what I hope don't go. You know what I hope they don't get? Ashton Genty. Wow. Behind that line they just built for Chicago.
They ain't gonna draft him because they got a Swift.
Still.
They ain't gonna get him.
So you mean to tell me the Saints gonna draft Ashton Genty?
Swift don't stay hurt.
Still, Swift ain't. You know what I mean? He ain't him.
I get it, but Swift don't stay hurt.
And that's a good system to have two backs in.
Yeah.
Swift and Ashton Genty? As a Packer fan, I hope that don't happen.
I'm not opposed to it. And they just built the offensive line.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that don't happen. But I think they go. Yeah, I think they go defense.
11, we got San Fran.
Corner. I think they go corner for sure.
12, we got Dallas. They going wide receiver.
I think my sneaker thing is I would like to see Ashton Genty in Dallas.
They don't have a line.
Yeah, but
they don't have a line.
You know what I mean? Recreate the whole.
You know what I think Dallas should do?
Ezekiel Elliott thing.
I think Dallas should trade Michael Parsons and get some pick because they're not winning shit this year. They trade
Michael Parsons. The same word.
They need to trade Michael Parsons and get about 5 or 6 picks, and they can draft a good edge rusher in this draft and get a better wide receiver and build their offensive line around.
Trading Michael Parsons.
Keeping Michael Parsons is not going to get them no championship this year. So you believe if they keep Michael Parsons and what they got, they're going to win?
I think they should build around Michael Parsons. Trading him.
They don't have any money. They don't have any picks.
I think they should have signed. They should have not signed Dak.
That's what I'm saying.
They shouldn't have signed Parsons.
They got themselves in a situation to where they're not going to be able to do nothing.
They should have drafted. They shouldn't have signed Parsons, CD, drafted Shador Sanders.
I'm not opposed to that, but right now they got themselves in a financial burden.
You think Parsons? You think Parsons get traded?
Possibly. I don't think Jerry Jones do anything, but it's a possibility. But they need to. Man,
that's crazy work,
bro. They can get at least 2 first-round picks.
Crazy work.
Man, they can get so much with Micah if they trade him.
That would be the most idiotic thing to do.
It won't.
That man played 2 positions. He probably. I could not saying it's not gonna happen, but that'd be crazy.
Yeah. What we at?
Who next?
13,
Cowboys. 13 is Miami.
Cornerback.
Nobody cares about Miami. I'm not gonna lie to you. Quarterback for sure.
Colts. They got them taking a tight end.
Yeah, because they need weapons for Anthony Richardson. I mean, they got the receiver. The defense is great.
He might lose his position to Daniel Jones.
Hey, hot take. I think he goes to Pittsburgh next year. Because I think that'll be his 3rd year. I think he won't do good this year. I think if he don't do good, I think they let him. Him go.
He better hope he win his position.
If I'm him, I might throw the season to go to Pittsburgh.
What you, bro? You missing what I'm saying here?
I know.
He might not even play. If Daniel Jones go out there and ball in training camp and beat this man out of his position, he might not even start.
So you think Daniel Jones is gonna beat him out of position? Man,
bro, Anthony Richardson ain't been the most impressive.
He's a Cam. I'm not play like Cam Newton, but he's built like Cam Newton. He got an arm. He got to stop throwing a bullet. Every pass don't need to be a bullet. That's his issue. He always throwing darts every time, bro.
You think about it. Daniel Jones been over there with what's his name?
Giants.
Yeah, I'm talking about the head coach.
Brian Daboll.
All right, so now you're going over there with Shane Steichen.
Yes.
He might be in a system where it works, and he's trying to prove himself. Let's just say
that man Anthony Richardson is too athletic to get. Unless you go out there and be a dud, because he not a dud. He not taking it serious. That's why they got Daniel Jones.
I am not a Daniel Jones
because they trying to put the fire underneath him.
And exactly, and Daniel Jones is trash. But all I'm saying is, if just something, he go out there and just ball out in a new system, bro. Daniel Jones has an arm. He was just in a bad system with no offensive line.
That was Daniel Jones was bad.
Yeah, he didn't have an offensive line. So if you go out there and ball and beat this man out of his position,
that's funny. That's funny. But he's a good tight end though. Tyler Warren.
Sure. Yeah, Tyler Warren might be the best tight end.
They'll be dumb not let him. Who's next after that?
15. I can't even see what that is. Falcons. They taking a linebacker, which I think.
I mean, they need a lot of defense.
They need an edge rusher
for sure. Like Reese said, they need a closer.
Cardinals
defensive line. I don't know too much about the Cardinals. I think so.
Their defense pretty straight.
Pretty straight. Adding to it, I think they need a corner. In my opinion,
they need a good corner. 17. You got the Bengals
tackle. I didn't need to get an edge rusher. This whole.
Because Hendrickson,
if he come back, it's like, all right, let's get somebody else.
He gonna sit.
And their defense was trash last year.
Yeah, he not.
With Henderson,
they need a cornerback.
You think so?
Yeah, they need a cornerback.
Nah, I need the edge rusher, bro.
They need an edge rusher.
Look at the division they in with the Ravens.
They need multiple things. They need a cornerback. They need an edge
rusher. I'm
starting
the edge rusher. I'll go get an edge rusher for sure.
18 is
Seattle receiver. Yeah. Next is the Bucks.
Edge. You know they signed Hassan.
Oh. I didn't say nothing.
What are we doing?
I didn't say anything.
What was that?
I didn't say anything. Who's on the upside of the sign? You don't know. All right then. Denver. Hey, Denver a sleeper team. Who that is? Running back.
They ain't no sleeper team. I told you.
Them boys. Hey, Denver a sleeper team, bro.
I already told you what.
I think they got. I think running back would be a good choice because they got the receiver, got the defense.
Hot take. I think Denver make it to the AFC Championship.
You know,
I'm saying it right now on record.
I won't say he has a thing with the Chiefs, but he don't like the Chiefs, Mr. Kent here.
I ain't got no beef with the Chiefs.
He think
Chiefs are rivals.
He think they over with.
Man, Chiefs done with. Man, we put them.
What's done with?
They on
9-7.
I think they win more than that, but they're not gonna get through the playoffs.
First round bounce.
Second round. They won't make it to the NFC Championship. I think it'd be Baltimore and Denver.
That Denver shit is crazy.
Boy, you see who's on the team now?
So, excluding the Bills, excluding the Bengals, excluding the Ravens. Oh, you said Ravens, but excluding the other two horsemen.
Yeah, they shit is dead.
Wow.
Where we at? Steelers. Jackson Dart. I can see them getting him.
Yeah. Jackson Dart is sleeper team.
Yeah.
I want us to get him next, but who that is? The Chargers next.
Chargers.
Emeka Ibuka is a good receiver, bro.
Receiver.
Green Bay, I don't think Green Bay. I do think we get him, but I want us to get Emeka Ibuka.
This is who 24 Minnesota Vikings. I could see us trading up to steal him.
Oh, Michael Stark.
Yeah, the safety from Georgia. I could see us getting him.
30, all the way from 32. Yeah, I can see I doing
24?
that.
Yeah. That's easy work for Howie.
Um,
Texans 25.
Luther Burden. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Receiver.
Because they ain't got Stephon.
26. Sure. LA. We got who is that?
That's a tight end. LA. They got the receivers, got the running back, they got the line. So I can see them getting tight end.
Baltimore 27. I like this pick for them. Edge rusher.
Edge rusher? Yeah. They need the edge rusher.
He good.
For
sure. Detroit 28.
Linebacker, yeah.
Jalen Walker, he's good.
For
Linebacker from Georgia.
Washington Commanders, edge rusher, yeah. That didn't go that well.
That's a good one, Knicks.
Yeah, I think he's good. Then they got the Bills, edge rusher, good, yeah.
And then 31.
Because they lost. Was Von Miller still on that team?
On the Bills, yeah. Oh, no, he's a free agent.
Yeah,
I picked him up yet.
Bills, edge rusher. I think I'll sneak hot take. I think the Chiefs move up too in the draft.
Of course.
They need an
offensive line.
They need him. Yeah, they do. The Chiefs. My theory. I think I'll give y'all credit. I think the Chiefs finally realized like we can't have a band-aid all offensive line because even look at the offensive line, it's like subpar offensive lineman, like especially tackle. Yeah. They could, Patrick Mahomes, he gonna do what he do.
Right.
But they finally realized like we can't keep getting away with.
Yeah, Philly exposed that ass. Philly exposed. Don't even do that. We exposed them, bro.
I won't say exposed.
We exposed.
You just brought up an issue.
We showed them how important the offensive line is.
Oh my goodness.
We just paid our center $68 million yesterday. Did you see that? Did you see that?
It didn't come to my news feed, sir. I didn't see that.
Oh, yes, it did, because I sent it to you personally.
You did? I didn't get it.
Anyways, 31, Chiefs. They ain't getting a tackle.
Yeah. And then
they need an offensive line.
Of course. If they stay put, yeah. 32 is Philly. I doubt y'all stay there. Yeah, I doubt it. But if y'all do stay there, Malachi Williams won't be bad. I don't know what they need to.
Malachi Williams won't be available at 32.
Think so?
No.
You think he go higher than that?
He's one of the top 10 edge rushers available.
After doing a little bit of research, I think he just he's raw. There's not like enough technique. He got the athleticism, but he's just strong. Too raw. Yeah, he just needs a little bit. He won't start. If y'all stay put, I can see y'all getting him because he won't stay. He won't start. He won't play immediately. He like one of those things you have to develop. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of trades, man. Even though this is the first time in a long time, everybody got their original pick.
Hell yeah, man! So I'm ready, man. I'm ready for
that. It's gonna be crazy, man.
And last hot take, I think I'm going with my heart. I'm trusting Howie Roseman. Ski Mask Howie on Thursday night for the draft. And man, y'all make sure y'all tune in because we're gonna do a special episode. I don't know if we'll be able to get it in before Monday, but if not, man, it's gonna be a special draft episode on next Monday, man. And if you made it this far into the video or into the audio, man, make sure you like and subscribe, man. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be able to get all the notifications when we post and upload these videos every week, man.
Video definitely coming soon for sure.
Absolutely. But, man, I think we're going to get a trade in for TJ Watt, man. And I'm telling you right now, if we able to pull off a trade for TJ Watt from the Pittsburgh Steelers, go ahead and count Philly in for a repeat for the 2026 Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now, it's up.
How confident are you in that?
100%.
Yeah, y'all not getting TJ Watt, bro.
100%.
What y'all giving up?
If I could think back, I think it was 2021, 2022, me and you sat down on the couch and watched the NFL draft together, and I told you, hey, look, I think we're going to get A.J. Brown. Dang, y'all ain't getting no A.J. Brown, man. Hold on now. And then when it happened.
You did not directly say we getting A.J. Brown. You said y'all making a big trade for somebody.
And I said, I think we should get A.J. Brown. Did I not? And it was actually years before that. I said, boy, it'll be some shit if we ever to get A.J. Brown. Boy, Titans would be stupid to ever trade y'all A.J. Brown. Y'all ain't get no A.J. Brown. And then the shit happened.
I'll give you that one.
And then we went to the Super Bowl.
I give you that one.
Okay, that's all I need to know, bro.
So you telling me TJ Watt gonna be at end of the night, gonna be a Philadelphia Eagle?
I'm hoping. I'm confident.
As we do this thing, it's gonna be a lot of hot takes. I'm finna call this man Hot Take Reese in a minute.
Hey, that's fine. You can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me broken. You can call me a Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh man. Speaking about this Eagles, man. Hey man, Hurts. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. All I'm saying is he has a lot of weapons, bro. A lot of weapons that most quarterbacks don't have. Don't. He has top 2 offensive line. And you know, don't say, well, they don't rank us that way. Come on, bro. Stop.
Here you go.
He got 2 receivers that can go for 1,000 yards. Correct. He has the top running back in the NFL. The top. And then fucking around and got the number 1 defense. What quarterback in the NFL from 2024 to now has what he has, bro?
What's your point?
What you mean the point?
Like I told you earlier, we have won more games without AJ on the field than we have without Hurts on the field.
Say again?
We have won more games without AJ being on the field than we have without Hurts on that field. You want me to say it again for you slow? Whenever Hurts is injured or he's off the field, we almost practically 100% lose every game. When AJ is not on the field, we win almost 3 out of the 5 games that he's not.
To contradict that, sir, not to argue that is right. I'm not saying y'all not gonna win games without AJ Brown.
You have said that.
You not gonna win the Super Bowl without AJ Brown.
That's your opinion. That's not a fact. You don't have nothing to back up that statement.
The likelihood of that is not.
What I just said backs up my statement. Nothing you say backs up your opinion of that statement, sir. Nothing. That's an opinion. That's not a fact.
So y'all gonna win Super Bowl with Smitty?
We can.
No. What? Y'all lost the Super Bowl with both of them.
First of all, we won't go into a Super Bowl with just Smitty, and that's not logical. So again, I can't give you an opinion off of that. But what I can say is factual about what I just said. We have won more games without AJ being on the field than we have with Hurts off of the field. That's a fact.
At the end of the day, bro, y'all boys, y'all. I don't see, even with Saquon, bro. Y'all lost the Super Bowl without Saquon.
With that being said, we have been to a Super Bowl without Saquon
and lost,
and that's a fact.
Yes,
but we lost on the lack of hands of our defense. We didn't lose because of our offense. We didn't lose because of Jalen Hurts. We lost because our defense couldn't generate sacks. We lost because James Bradbury had a late holding call on a receiver. We didn't lose because of Jalen Hurts. We lost in the Super Bowl by 3 points. We wasn't down by 14 or down by 10 like the 49ers.
That man make a difference though, bro. That make a difference.
Nobody never said he didn't.
More than over 2,000 yards.
You're missing the point. My point in all of this was ever saying that Jalen Hurts is great. Jalen Hurts can survive without A.J. Brown. The Eagles can't survive without Jalen Hurts. That's the point that I've always been making. Nobody gives Jalen Hurts the credit that he deserves.
I think you can put Josh Allen in Philadelphia with the offense.
That's not the point.
You just said they can't win without him.
My point is when Jalen Hurts get hurt, because he's on the team. We ain't talking about the possibilities and the metaphorics of whoever else could be on the Philadelphia Eagles. We talking about Jalen Hurts. When Jalen Hurts is on the team and he get hurt and he's not on that field, we can't win without him.
I agree.
Okay, so when I'm talking about who else could be on the team.
When you say they can't win without him, what I'm saying is they can because they can insert anybody else in there. We
have, and they haven't won. We got second string. We ain't talking about other elite quarterbacks. Yeah, they're elite. They're supposed to win. And see that's the problem with this conversation. If they want to insert other elite quarterbacks in there. No, every team got second string and third string quarterback. You can't just put any other quarterback in there and expect them to win.
Because I'm not gonna say you put Kenny Pickett in there, he'll win. No, I'm saying you could put any other elite quarterback that will win. Multiple rings.
The counter active argument to that is, yeah, you could put Jalen Hurts in their system and he's gonna win because he's elite in my book. And see, that's the point.
So you'll put Jalen Hurts in Buffalo.
Yes.
He'll win Super Bowl.
Yes.
Josh. Who you throwing the ball to?
My problem with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and all of them is they played Patrick Mahomes 1 to 2 times. You mean to tell me you can't beat Patrick Mahomes once? I guarantee you, Jalen Hurts played Patrick Mahomes twice and he beat him once.
Bruh.
You're not about to tell me Jalen Hurts gonna see him 3 times and you lose every single time? No.
He'll probably win 1 out of the 3.
That's my point. Josh Allen ain't beat him none. Lamar Jackson ain't beat him none. You mean to tell me you see this man every year in the regular season, every year in the postseason, and you can't beat him one time?
You gotta.
Come on, man. We talking about Jalen Hurts, bro.
My thing is, man. I hate when y'all compare this, man. Oh, Josh Allen, Hurts better than Josh Allen. You can't really say that.
You can.
No.
Because at the end of the day, I can say that because at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts had beat all of them when he got on the field with them. And he's outplayed them stat-wise.
But look what he has.
It don't matter what he has. It don't.
It's a team sport.
It don't.
It's a team sport. And he has a lot of team.
Guess what? What was Lamar Jackson backup quarterback on his team? Huntley?
Yes.
Huntley has won a game when Lamar Jackson went on that field. Guess what? Kenny Pickett and the rest of the boys couldn't win when Jalen Hurts went on that field.
They won. They won the game, bro.
No, they didn't.
The Giants game, he won.
You talking about the Giants, dog?
It's still a dub, bro.
You talking about the Giants?
It's still a dub.
Huntley has beat elite teams when Lamar Jackson was not on that field.
Who he beat?
I have to go back and look, but it wasn't the fucking Giants.
Man.
Come on, bro.
He still won games,
that's my point, bro.
It's still won games, bro.
Bro.
Pickett still won games when Hurts was on playing, bro.
Bro, what I'm saying is,
he almost won the Commanders game.
What I'm saying is, Jalen Hurts can go over there and do the same thing Huntley did for them. And that's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Your opinion.
I'm just saying.
All I ever said
I think this year gonna be the year we find out.
All I ever said was Jalen Hurts was elite. People gotta stop taking that shit away from him because I seen what he can do.
How is he elite when he's surrounded by so many talent? Like,
bro, when have we ever seen Joe Burrow without a top 5 wide receiver group? The motherfucker had a elite group in LSU, top 5 defense, a top 5 offense. But we ain't never seen Joe Burrow without weapons. Cool. Ever.
But guess what, though?
We ain't never seen Matthew Stafford without weapons.
But guess what, though, bro? They don't have the 5. Joe Burrow don't have a defense.
That don't matter. But
they do.
We've always seen them with weapons, bro.
Of course.
Always. Lamar Jackson got a top 2 running back.
But he has no top 2 receivers, though.
Bro, he got a top 2 running back. He got a top 4 tight end. But he's elite. If these quarterbacks so elite, why they got to have what Jalen Hurts got to have to win something? Because you got a lot, bro. You have elite. Every part of offense, y'all are top end.
No, bro.
All of these,
you have the best offensive line, best receivers, best running back.
Guess what? Philly has not had a top 5 ranking offense in the last 4 years.
But you have a top 5 receiver. You have a top 1 running back.
But at the end of the day, they have not had a top 5 ranking offense. Guess what? You know who has?
That just pay calling, bro.
You know who has?
That just play calling.
Baltimore has had a top 5 ranking offense. The Bills have had a top 5 ranking offense. The Chiefs, of course, but they got Patrick Mahomes. At the end of the day, and they got Andy Reid. And they got Kelsey, who's always been a number 1 tight end. But at the end of the day, Philly has not had a top 10 or a top 5 ranking offense in the last 4 years. And guess what? In them last 4 years, we've been to the Super Bowl twice.
That just got to do with play calling. That got to do with it. That just play calling, sir.
At the end of the day, all of those offenses
y'all didn't have
put up more points than Philadelphia.
Y'all didn't have. I think Kellen Moore was the legit,
the most legit
play calling y'all ever had.
Hey, make sure you clip this in short. The bottom line is y'all make excuses for all these elite quarterbacks.
No, there's no excuses.
Y'all make excuses for him, bro.
Josh Allen last year had.
They gave him an MVP award. He ain't earned that.
I'm talking about as far as the season. He really had no weapons. He was doing everything by himself. I don't see Jalen Hurts doing what Josh Allen did yesterday. He gonna get hurt,
bro.
That's a fact.
At the end of the day, guess what?
He gonna get hurt.
All right, I'll do you one better. Do you agree that Joe Burrow got weapons?
Offensively, yes. On the wide receivers,
yes.
All
right, quick.
Yes,
okay, yes.
Receivers, yes.
Yes or no? He got weapons, right?
Receivers, yes.
His offense is good, right?
Receivers, yes.
All right, guess what?
The line is at subpar.
Listen, they got to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen ain't never got to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson ain't never got to the Super Bowl. But guess what? Joe Burrow did. He did it once. He was able to beat Patrick Mahomes once, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, guess what? Joe Burrow ain't never got an All-Pro.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts did.
But you know what? But you in the NFC.
And Jalen Hurts ain't never put up the stats Joe Burrow did.
But you in the NFC because you don't have to. You don't have to. You know why?
Oh, now
because look what he got.
See what I mean? You making excuses.
That's not no. You don't have to.
Because at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is 14-2 against the AFC. I don't want to hear all that.
At the end of the day,
man, y'all, like I said, y'all make excuses for them boys over there, man.
Bro.
Jalen Hurts. Guess what? Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP.
You in the NFC, bro.
Really? Guess what? Cam Newton was in the NFC too, and he ain't have no weapons like Jalen Hurts. And guess what? He did it too. He went to Super Bowl. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
That man was in the NFC, bro. At that time, it was better. What team from last year, bro, was going to challenge y'all? What that squad you had, bro?
Detroit. The same team who y'all had over us all year.
But y'all ain't played them. and they lost to the Commanders.
That's even more the reason why they asked.
We're talking about y'all. You're making my point.
Detroit, they lost to a rookie.
There was nobody in the NFC that was going to challenge y'all.
Bro, the same team Detroit lost to, which was a rookie, we put 55 on their head in the NFC Championship. I don't want to hear none of that,
You're
bro.
making my point, bro.
What point?
Because guess what?
The same team y'all had over
Josh Allen got to go through Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs.
And we beat all of them last year.
You in the NFC, so you're going to get a Super Bowl spot guaranteed majority of the time, bro.
Bro, you just said they had to go through we beat the Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens last year.
Bro, that's one game, bro. That's one game, bro.
If
Philadelphia was in the AFC, bro,
we played Green Bay twice last year. We played the Washington Commander 3 times last year and beat them all 3 times.
That's NFC, bro.
The one time Jalen Hurts was hurt.
That's NFC, bro.
Oh, Lord. I don't want to hear about that. Because guess what?
Jalen
Hurts' record against the AFC
that man getting carried, bro.
He lost 2 times,
getting carried, man. It's all good.
That's your opinion.
You got Saquon Barkley. You can win any game.
That's your opinion, bro.
You can win any game,
y'all
bro.
make excuses for them boys,
no, bro, no excuses.
Bottom line is
y'all can't say Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. Look what's on his team.
But he's supposed to be elite, though. Jalen Hurts ain't elite, remember? But they need everything Jalen Hurts need to go beat everybody else.
It's a team game, bro.
Okay, then go get them boys what they need, and they still won't beat us.
He probably would. If he had an AJ Brown, he probably would, bro.
But we all can agree Patrick Mahomes is great, right?
Yeah.
Every time he's been on the field with Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts has outplayed him.
You can say that, I guess.
Oh, what you mean you guess? That's facts. I ain't just speaking no opinion. That's facts.
Say that. You can say that.
That's facts.
But it's a 2-1 record, though.
That's facts. And we ain't making no excuses for Patrick Mahomes.
What you mean there's no excuse to make? He's elite.
Okay, then. So why we making excuses for Joe Burrow and them?
I'm talking about Josh Allen.
Why we making an excuse for Josh Allen? We ain't making no excuse for Mahomes. Why we making an excuse for Josh Allen?
Let me ask a question, bro. Because they got the defense. Joe Burrow don't have a defense. Joe Burrow don't have a Saquon Barkley.
Baltimore had a number 2 defense for the
Baltimore
past 2
don't
years.
have a receiver like AJ Brown and Smitty, bro.
Bro, you just said Patrick Mahomes. You just said Patrick Mahomes had the defense, right?
He did.
Okay,
but Patrick Mahomes is different, bro. He's different, bro. You know he is.
So Lamar Jackson not different. Lamar Jackson 2-time MVP. He not different. And he was really supposed to be 3 times. So he not different.
Now we not. He is though. But at the end of the day, he still need a receiver, bro.
Oh, so
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are 2 different players.
So what's the difference between them 2?
He's 2 different players.
What's the difference?
Lamar Jackson runs more. He does more different things than Patrick Mahomes.
But he's a 3-time MVP, bro. You was just bragging about how this man had all these yards and rushing yards and all.
Because he's a running quarterback who can throw. But at the same time, he still needs a receiver.
But he elite.
He is.
Okay.
He still need a receiver. It's a team game.
He elite with a top 3 defense, bro.
He still needs a receiver.
See what I mean? Hey, listen, man. Y'all hear it yourself, man. They make excuses for the elite player. It ain't no excuse for Mahomes.
Okay, so it's no excuse. Mahomes is different, bro. That man won with less.
I don't want to hear no excuses for a motherfucker who done won 2-time MVP. I ain't trying to hear that.
You're 100% right. You're right.
All right.
But at the same time, I'm going to still say he need him a number 1 receiver.
It was a long time. The man could barely make it to the playoffs. And you want me to make an excuse for him? Man,
he still need an elite receiver. Bro.
Hey, Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback.
I say 4. Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, that's your business. That's your business.
I can't put Josh Allen over him, bro.
Yeah, that's your business.
I can put Josh Allen over him, bro.
Listen. He just got his first MVP. He barely got his first Pro Bowl. I'm not trying to hear none of that.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't trying to hear none of that. Hey,
that man getting carried, bro.
Hey, like and subscribe. Share this. Make sure when my boy clip this short, y'all share it to your best friend.
That man getting carried, bro.
Hey, that's your business.
Man getting carried. He got carried in Bama.
Guess what?
He got carried in Oklahoma. He getting carried now.
What did I tell you at the beginning of the season last year? I don't give a damn. He could carry us all the way to the Super Bowl.
Okay, then if he getting carried, man, I don't want
Saquon can run us all the way to another Super Bowl. I don't care about none of that.
I don't want to hear no top 5 conversation. He getting carried.
Top 2 in my book.
That's fine. That's your book. You gotta close that book.
That's facts. That's facts.
You gotta close that book.
Fact. Until anybody give me facts to prove otherwise, that's facts.
I have, sir.
No, that's your opinion.
That's your opinion. He's being carried.
That's your opinion.
AJ Brown get hurt at the beginning of the season.
AJ Brown can get off the field right now. Today we're gonna win that game.
The game? You're not going to the Super Bowl.
That's your opinion. Give me facts. Give me some stats or facts to prove that. Nothing can prove that.
But he's being carried, bro. For you to win, for you to throw 180.
If Hurts get hurt, we're not winning that game.
Of course, I agree.
Okay, so what proof do you have?
The quarterback needs. This league is not. You can't hide a quarterback no more in this league. You can't do that. Before they used to run the ball, you cannot hide the quarterback no more in this league. So yes, you need at least a quarterback to give them the ball. But what I'm saying is, for Jalen Hurts to get all these Super Bowl MVPs, for him to say, "Oh, he better than him," bro, look what he has on his team. Okay, Joe Burrow has Chase and T. Higgins, but at the same time, you don't have a running back that can take it for 100 yards a game, bro.
Let me ask you a question. So if Jalen Hurts get an MVP, you gonna take away his MVP because he got weapons?
He earned it. He got it. But listen though, I already told you what's gonna happen, right? They
earned the Super Bowl.
I already told you what's gonna happen, bro. They finna stack the box on Saquon and he'll throw the ball.
That's not my point. My point.
That is your point.
No, my point is, but see, because
he not win the Super Bowl unless you throw the ball.
Listen. If he win an MVP, did he get that MVP because of him, or did he get that because of his weapons?
It's the only reason he get a Super Bowl MVP if he throw the ball. He's not gonna get an MVP. Well, 178. That is the point. That's my answer. No, you asked me a question. No, I gave you an answer.
My question is, if he win an MVP, is he gonna get it because of his weapons, or is he gonna get it because of who he is?
It's gonna be what he do. So if this season coming up, because I think my theory is they're gonna stack the buck on Saquon. He gonna have to throw 300 yards per game.
Then you gonna move past my point because
that's the point. That is the point.
You're moving ahead of my point. You are, because he's only gonna be able to do that based on what he got on that field, right?
No, because
if he can't throw 300 yards a game with scrubs on the field.
You're making my point. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay then. So you either gonna give him credit for doing what he doing now with the weapons he got, or you gonna do the same thing when he get an MVP. Either way, he can't do it without AJ and Smitty on the field.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
You just contradicted.
No, I'm not.
You did, because I just asked you if he get an MVP, you gonna take away his MVP because he got weapons?
You never let me finish the question. I said the only reason he get an MVP
is because he throws 300 yards.
If he goes out there and put the ball in the air, he's not gonna throw. He's not gonna win an MVP what he did last year.
You missing what I'm saying?
That's what you asked me a question. I gave you an answer.
My original question is: are you gonna take away his MVP because he got weapons? You said no.
No.
And it's on record. Okay.
Yes. No.
Okay, so you can't take away everything else he did because he got weapons.
Yes, bro. I'm not taking that from him. The only reason I bring up weapons is when you compare him to other quarterbacks. That's the only time I bring up weapons.
And before I started all of that, I asked you. I said, okay, if he get an MVP, will he be elite? And you told me before this even day came, you said, yeah, okay.
Because, bro, you got an MVP, bro. Every quarterback with an MVP is considered elite. Cam Newton was elite.
Okay.
All right, then.
So that goes back to my question, bro.
Let me ask you a question, right? Josh Allen got the MVP. We all know he didn't deserve that.
Okay, bro.
Okay, then.
Bro, listen.
He can get the MVP. He might have deserved it.
What I'm saying is, right now being recorded. So what I'm saying is, bro, if he get an MVP, you just said you can't take it away from him because he has weapons.
No, bro. You can't take it away from him. We've been taking it from how, sir? How?
Because you keep saying he got carried.
Listen to me. The only reason Jalen Hurts will get an MVP, listen to me, is if you go out there and throw 300 yards. Listen, you can't ask me a question and then don't take the answer. That's confusing.
No, I'm taking your answer, but I think you're missing what I'm asking you.
You're not. I'm missing nothing.
You are.
You asking me, can you take the MVP away from him?
Because you basically just said he's getting carried. Okay,
he is.
Insinuating that he's getting carried meaning that he got weapons. He only wins because he got weapons.
Yes.
Okay, so if he win an MVP, that means he threw 300 yards a game, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, so if he's doing that because of the weapons he got. So did he get carried to an MVP?
Listen to me. I'm trying to say to you. Let me talk. Give me 5 minutes, bro.
I gave you 5 minutes, man.
I told you this before the other Super Bowl, bro, right? They're going to stack if they don't stack the buck on Saquon, he's not getting a Super Bowl because Saquon's going to eat. If Saquon eats next season like he did this season, Jalen Hurts is not getting an MVP. That's dead. Now, if they stop Saquon, which means majority of the games, he's going to have to put the ball in the air, which means you're going to have 300 yards per game, then yes, he will be in there. That's telling me it's based off his weapon. If they can't stop Saquon's going to be the MVP of that game.
Man, you think it's too deep.
No, I'm not. That is the truth. He got too many weapons around him. How you going to be MVP when everybody in your team is high up in numbers?
What?
Yes.
What are you talking about, man?
If Saquon Barkley can run for 2,500 yards again, I guarantee you that he ain't getting MVP. Saquon Hurts getting MVP, bro. Jalen Hurts is not getting an MVP if Saquon Barkley is not. I gave you your answer.
You thinking too much into it. You're giving me more information than what
I gave you a direct answer.
No, you're not.
You said if he win the MVP.
Nobody even talking about Saquon.
He's part of the team.
Nobody saying nothing about Saquon. Nobody saying nothing about
That would be the only reason.
I'm asking too. Okay.
That would be the only reason Hurts get MVP.
I'm giving you a reason. I'm not asking about what ifs and what. No, I'm giving you the reason. I'm telling you, he's going to throw for. I'm not predicting the future. I'm just giving you a scenario. He's going to throw 300 yards a game. If he wins the MVP, are you going to take that away from him? You said no.
I know. Because you know why? He went out there to 300 yards.
There you go again.
That is the answer.
Okay.
Yes.
I need a straight. You said no. You already answered.
No, the thing about you is you want the answer and then leave. No. Hey, this is the reason why I say no.
I don't need a reason why you said no. I don't need the reason.
No. It's context behind that.
No, you gave me your answer. I didn't ask
you can't
for
do
a
that
reason.
in a debate.
Why?
You can't say
you gave me your answer.
But there's a reason why I said that. There's a reason why I know.
Reason.
You don't need the reason. In a debate, you can't say, "Oh, he said no, it's over with." No. This is the reason why I say that. I don't think so.
You said no. Okay, cool. You said
there's a reason, bro.
What?
You just want the no to say, "Oh, he said it." No. At the end of the day, the only reason Jalen Hurts get an MVP is Saquon Barkley don't eat, and that's it. If he don't eat, he get MVP.
But you giving scenarios on why he throwing 300. I don't need that.
That's the only reason, though.
No.
Because if I go out there and do the same thing last year, he don't win shit.
No. The point is, if he win an MVP, we know why he got it. We ain't asking about.
That's the only reason, though.
Okay, we're not asking none of that. If he win an MVP, we know why he got it. Because he played good that year. We don't need all the extra shit.
That's not the reason. That's not the reason, though.
Bro, why do most quarterbacks win an MVP?
Because you're trying to you're trying to take away Saquon. No,
I'm not, bro. Most quarterbacks win an MVP.
Saquon is the reason.
Bro, most quarterbacks win an MVP because they had an amazing year. They throw over 4,000 yards. Okay, that's an evident picture. We don't need the other stuff. We know why he won. I'm telling you right now, I'm painting a scenario. If he win an MVP, okay, cool. We know why he won it that year. I don't need to know, okay, well, that's because Saquon didn't do this. Okay,
yes.
Fuck all that. We know why he won. If he win next year, we know why. All I asked was, if he win it next year, fuck what he did to get it. If he win it next year, if we go through the award ceremony, we see that Jalen Hurts got on that stage and he won the MVP, are you taking it away from him? You said no.
No.
Okay, cool. So if you're not taking it away from him for winning the MVP award, why aren't you not taking away from him because he got weapons for doing everything up, from winning the Super Bowl and not being elite?
I don't take nothing from him, though. I'm telling you again, bro. The only reason I bring up the weapon conversation is because one thing only. Y'all compare him to other quarterbacks.
Okay.
I don't take none of his wins. I don't take his accolades from him.
Listen.
The only time I bring up this is when y'all compare quarterbacks.
Stop right there. If he wins an MVP, you just said most quarterbacks win MVP are considered elite.
Most of them.
If he win an MVP, not only will he have an MVP, he'll have a Super Bowl MVP. He will be considered elite. You can't take nothing away from him at that point. Right or wrong?
I'm gonna still say to this day he's got weapons.
But how did he get his MVP? Based on his weapons, right?
Can you let me talk? My thing with you is when you hear the word no, you want to book. No. Yes.
What?
Because you can't, bro. End of the day.
Facts,
no, man. you are. But end of the day, bro. End of the day, he has weapons. At the end of the day, he has surrounded by weapons. I'm not. The only reason this man went MVP.
You trying to justify your shit, and
I'm not.
You trying to say these other motherfuckers.
I've been saying the same thing for over a year, bro.
No,
that man got too many weapons around him, bro. To get carried.
If you play this shit back, you gonna hear yourself contradicting yourself in your own statement.
I've been saying the same thing.
You are.
I've been saying the same thing
because you want to use
I don't give
certain things, bro. You can't do that.
You can't compare Josh Allen to Jalen Hurts. You can't do it. No,
I can't, bro. I can
because guess what? He don't have the offensive weapons as Jalen Hurts has.
But that's a fact. If he win an MVP, will he not be elite?
Who, Jalen Hurts?
Yes,
he will be.
Okay, so what we comparing?
What you mean? What you comparing?
Because
you can't sit there and say
if he win an MVP and Josh Allen ain't never been to a Super Bowl, what we talking about?
First of all, I told you this around. Told you many times. You in the NFC, it's gonna be easier for you to get to Super Bowl. You know that. See, you don't want to hear the facts. You don't. You don't like hearing that.
It's not his fault what division he in. We
can't
keep talking about that.
But that's still part of the reason.
No,
hell
no.
You do that all the time.
That's just like us talking about LeBron and Jordan, bro, who had it easier. No, we're not about to say that's not his fault.
But that's still brought up.
No, we're not.
That's still brought up.
Talk about that.
They gonna say, "Oh, Jordan won."
That's just like us talking about Tom Brady in the division that he in, bro. You know how easy his division is.
Okay, he still go to the playoffs, bro.
Bro, so what? He get to the playoff easy automatically because he got basically 6 automatically wins. We don't do that.
When you have a debate, yes, you do. Brady automatically gonna get a top spot. He automatically get no 1 or 2
because he was playing the Bills, who was ass for years, and the Dolphins, who was ass for years.
Okay,
Jets,
that's still in the debate, bro.
Okay,
that's still in it. But when I say it about Hurts, you ain't trying to hear that.
I'm not bringing it up about Tom Brady. I'm giving you a point that, bro, nobody talks about. Nobody cared that he was in an easy division.
This is my debate, sir. In the NFC, he has an easy route.
That's what y'all
to the Super
use
Bowl.
to make excuses for the motherfuckers.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Ain't no excuse. It's the truth.
It is, bro.
You can't
make excuses.
You can't state
you know what? Because guess what?
Excuse.
You know what happened when Cam Newton said that shit? He went back and apologized because he like, damn, I didn't know Jalen Hurts beat the AFC 14 times. He went on record saying that. Because he said the same thing you saying, talking about, he was in the NFC, but he didn't realize Jalen Hurts beat the AFC damn near every year.
But guess what, though? At the end of the day, though,
that's foolishness, bro.
You still got an easy route to at least the NFC Championship game. I don't care what you're talking about.
Yes, he does. No, he don't, bro.
Maurice.
He don't.
He do.
No, that's your opinion, bro.
Who?
You the only person saying
the
that.
only teams the thing about this, right? All last year, we got the best receiver. We got the best this and that. But now all of a sudden, we don't got the top this. We don't got the top that. You trying to minimize the weapons,
always said we got the best receiver, but we don't have a top 5 offense. And when you look at these rankings that they got, they don't have A.J. Brown as a top 5 receiver. I just showed you when they got the man ranked 6.
Bro,
I just showed you that.
That was a fantasy football thing, bro.
Bro, wait till the rest of them come out. I'm going to show it to you,
bro. You gave me these lists. But who's making these lists?
Just because we feel the type of way about these receivers don't mean that they do, bro.
That man getting carried, bro, at the end of the day.
That's your opinion.
If he win the Super Bowl, it would be
That's your opinion.
It would be off him.
That's your opinion,
he went out there, hey Saquon, take a back seat, we're gonna throw this thing.
That's your opinion. Then tell these other teams to stop going to build a team and give them what they need. Because all these other elite receivers, why they need what Hurts need then?
What you mean, though?
What you mean what I mean? I'm not speaking Chinese.
It's a team sport.
Okay,
if Josh Allen at a A.J. Brown, that man's going to win a Super Bowl by then. Probably win 3.
He had Stephon Diggs in his prime, bro.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. We're not about to sit here and do that.
You know that thing ain't work out, bro.
Man, whose fault is that? Is that Jalen Hurts' fault or is that Josh Allen's fault?
I've never said none of this was Josh Allen.
Man, listen,
fault.
Man,
you trying to minimize
Bills,
that, man.
Stephon Diggs came straight from Minnesota Vikings to the Bills when he was in his prime. I'm not trying to hear that because they couldn't get along.
It don't matter, bro.
Man. It do matter.
No, it don't, bro.
I'm not trying to hear that.
Y'all boys, you trying to minimize these weapons.
No, y'all make excuses for these boys who can't win in big moments to their ass. Period.
Jalen Hurts is surrounded by talent.
I'm not trying to hear that,
it's easier for him.
Lamar Jackson couldn't make it to the playoff for the longest. You mean to tell me you can make an MVP every year, but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes out of 3 times? Like, come on, I'm not trying to hear that.
It's a statistic for the
season.
That's not
a team. That's not a team accolade. That's an individual accolade.
You see me bringing up? That's why I don't bring an MVP when it comes to the conversation.
You good enough. Again, he had no excuses to lose this last playoff game. You don't lose 3. You don't have 3 turnovers in a playoff game and expect to win. I don't care who fault it was,
bro.
I don't care, bro. I'm not trying to hear that.
You can't say that, bro.
I'm not trying to hear that. Bro. Guess what?
Guess what?
When Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball in the Super Bowl, guess what? They put it on him.
Of course, he fumbled the ball, nigga.
All right. Lamar Jackson had 2 fumbles in that playoff game and an interception. You can't expect to win no game off of that. That was his fault.
Who said it wasn't his fault?
They ain't got nothing to do with no receiver.
Nobody said it wasn't his fault.
They ain't got nothing to do with no receiver. He fumbled.
Nobody said
it wasn't his fault. You keep telling me about what they need and what they need.
Nobody said that.
He had a turnover.
Nobody said it was his fault.
He had every chance.
But you know what you know what Jalen Hurts did that same Super Bowl? Threw the ball to A.J. Brown.
He threw the ball to A.J. Brown 1 time.
Come on, bro. Stop.
I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
Stop, man. You got too much weapons, bro.
Every touchdown Jalen Hurts scored in that Super Bowl, he did.
Okay.
AJ scored 1 touchdown. I'm not trying to hear that,
it don't matter.
It's like saying what Lamar need, bro.
It's like saying Saquon Barkley didn't have an effect Super Bowl. He did.
Man, listen.
He did.
I told you, our defense was the reason we won that Super Bowl.
It's like saying Saquon Barkley did not have an effect in Super Bowl. He did have an effect in Super Bowl. He did.
He didn't.
He did.
Our defense was the reason they won that Super Bowl.
I'm talking about when y'all on offense.
Man,
I'm
not, man, listen,
you ain't trying to see
that, man. Because at the end of the day, our defense is the reason why we lost the 2022.
Your defense don't play offense, bro. At the end of the day, when y'all was on offense, they stacked the box, leaving A.J. Brown and the rest of the boys one-on-one. No safety over the top, bro. The box was stacked. That is a Saquon effect.
Okay.
For what he did all season, that is a Saquon effect. That's Saquon playing his part.
You know how many times Jalen Hurts beat stag defense when we didn't have Saquon?
It don't matter, bro.
It don't matter.
I'm talking about 2024.
Man,
you keep going back to 2022.
No, it don't matter. No, it's not
Saquon Barkley was on 2024.
It don't matter. He wasn't with us in 2023.
You didn't have a Saquon Barkley, bro. This is
not the first time he's played stag defense.
You did not have a player like Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley does matter. It does.
Bro, it don't matter.
He matters, yes. Saquon Barkley plays a part, and y'all boys winning the Super Bowl.
It don't matter, bro.
Because if I didn't have Saquon Barkley, they're not stacking the box.
Bro, you know how many times...
You know the one time they entered the box, he threw a pick.
Bro, you know...
The one time they entered the box, he threw a pick.
You know how many times our receivers have been one-on-one with no safety help against his defense? Multiple times. And there were times we didn't have Saquon. That shit don't mean nothing.
And you lost.
No, we didn't. We beat them.
I'm talking about Super Bowl.
It don't matter about the Super Bowl. We played them multiple times and we beat them, bro. With the same defense.
Listen to me. Y'all boys don't have Saquon.
And they had a better defense.
Y'all don't have Saquon. Y'all boys is not winning the Super Bowl, bro. Stop. You're not getting that.
That's your opinion, bro.
You trying to minimize Saquon, bro. You
trying
to...
not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you about my team. You're not going to tell me
about
my
team.
Bro, we didn't have no sacks in the first Super Bowl. You're not going to win a team. You're not going to beat no team like that.
That's
no,
fine.
you're just not. Versus a team where we had 15 sacks and no fucking blitz. Like, no, bro, no. Nobody, you're not going to ask no. You can go ask anybody. You can put this out on a poll.
Offense, bro.
You can put this out on a poll. Bro, they offense didn't score until the fourth quarter.
Cool.
Our defense stopped them from scoring, bro. Cool. Our defense was the reason.
You still got to play the offense, bro.
Man, just go ask anybody.
You still got to
go. Believe me.
You still got to put Hurts, Saquon, AJ,
was the reason why we won this Super
Bowl. And that offensive line on the field to play offense. Our
defense was the reason why we won this Super Bowl.
Correct, right?
You still got to play offense, right? Was the reason why we won this Super Bowl.
Okay, but you still got to play offense. You still got to play offense,
bro. I'm just saying. I'm stating facts, bro. All that shit
you still got to play offense, bro.
And our offense did the shit. Jalen Hurts read the defense.
Cool. You know why? Because it was easy for him to do that because the box was stacked the entire game. Bro. The entire game, bro. Saquon getting shut off.
Okay, bro. If that's what you
yeah, you know that's true, bro. You know that's true.
At the end of the day,
so yeah. Oh, it's gonna be much easier for us to score on offense because they stacking the box. They ain't late, so gonna do nothing.
Bro, they not the first defense to do that.
I'm talking about. You keep talking about. I'm talking about 2024 season when y'all acquired Saquon, when he put that pen in paper and he became an Eagle. I'm talking about that, bro.
He's not
last year, bro.
Bro, if you play a team a second time, of course you're going to do things differently. You keep talking about we wouldn't have won. If Saquon wouldn't have been there, we would have won.
No, bro. Okay. No, bro.
Because
they won't stack the box.
That's your opinion,
you know the one time they didn't stack the box, he threw a pick. The one time that the Chief didn't stack the box, he threw a pick, bro.
Did you watch that whole play?
I watched it. Oh, right next to you.
Because somebody bumped into Jalen Hurts when he threw that ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Go watch the play. Go watch the play.
That's a terrible excuse. Somebody bumped into him.
Man, just like when somebody
didn't see the safety.
Just like when somebody bumped into Patrick Mahomes and he threw the pick to Zach Bond. Oh, that's a terrible excuse for Jalen Hurts.
I said he threw it right to him. He threw it right to him.
Somebody bumped into Patrick Mahomes. He threw a pick.
Bro, he threw the ball right to that man, bro. I never said nothing about bumping nothing. I said Patrick Mahomes threw that thing straight at this man.
Somebody bumped into Patrick Mahomes.
But I'm not gonna say that because that's a terrible excuse.
You ain't gotta say it. Ain't an excuse. It's what happens, bro.
Bro, you watch that. If you watch that play, bro, he threw that shit right at that man.
Look at the play, bro. You don't have to look at it as an excuse. It's what happened.
That Jalen Hurts interception, man. Come on, bro.
Go look
he didn't see the safety. He even said he didn't even see the safety.
Go look at it, bro.
Come on, bro. The box wasn't stacked. He didn't see because he thought there was a stacked box. The safety rolled over it.
How you know what he thought?
Because he came out.
How you know what he thought?
You can clearly see it though. You can clearly see
him getting bumped just like Patrick Mahomes got bumped because you just said it was an excuse for Mahomes too.
Bro, there was no excuse. I never brought up that excuse. I said he threw that shit right at him. That's me telling him he trucked. That he sucked that play. You threw that shit right at him.
Let's agree to disagree.
Where is he going?
Let's agree to disagree, brother.
That man, I told you right after the Super Bowl, I said, bro, they gonna say this man getting carried.
Let's agree to disagree, bro.
It's gonna hurt his legacy.
I don't have to agree to that.
I'm not saying you do.
Okay.
But stop comparing this man to Josh Allen.
I don't have to stop nothing.
Man, don't compare that man.
I don't have to stop nothing. Who gonna check me? Cause he's top 2. He gonna be top 2 to me and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles fans out there.
Y'all Philly fans
delusional. Who gonna stop her from saying it?
Y'all Philly fans
who gonna check Gilly? Nobody. Who gonna check any Philadelphia fan? Nobody.
Y'all Philly fans
because we gonna feel how we feel, and ain't nobody gonna stop us. Cause guess what? We gonna go through the same season and beat the whole whoever on our roster. We gonna take care of.
You know why?
It don't matter why.
I do know.
It don't.
You know why, right?
Cause guess what? They still ain't gonna favor us to go to the Super Bowl. They still ain't gonna favor us to go to the NFC Championship. It don't matter. Guess what? They want Jaden Daniels to win. And guess what? We're gonna take care of him again. It don't matter.
You know why, right?
It don't matter.
It does matter. It's a team sport.
It don't matter, bro. Cause last year you had Detroit over us.
Man, you know I was trolling, man.
No,
God
not,
dang, come
bro.
on,
No,
bro.
you was not.
You know I was trolling, bro.
No, you was not.
Stop, bro.
Man, the whole year this man had Detroit over.
You know I was. They was hurt, bro. You know I was trolling.
Man, listen,
you know I was trolling,
I'm
bro.
not trying to hear none of that.
You know I was
They
trolling.
lost to a rookie, and then we went ahead and took care of that rookie. Hey, listen,
100% sure.
The whole.
Hey, if you want to be technical,
go ahead.
The only reason y'all beat Jalen Daniels because his team wasn't doing nothing. If you want to, I'm just saying
they beat Detroit though.
I'm just saying, but they was hurt though, right?
Man, please.
Detroit missing like 12 players, right?
I told you at the beginning of the year what we was going to do.
Man,
I ain't trying to hear none of that. Listen, I know my team better than anybody, man. Listen, I'm not arguing. Listen, I told you the other day, I'm not arguing about Jalen Hurts no more, bro. And I'm not arguing about my Eagles no more because I know what we about to do. We had a #1 defense last year, bro. Like nobody scored over 20 points on us besides the Washington Commanders, and they did it when we didn't have Jalen Hurts. Go ahead.
That's a question, right? You got two receivers. Let me ask you, two receivers who both can go over 1,000 yards, correct? Yes. You have the #1 running back in the NFL and Saquon Barkley. You have
who nobody wanted.
Hold on, no. You have, I'll probably say top 2, top 3 offensive line in the NFL, right? And then you fuck around, because I did tell y'all defense ain't gonna do nothing. You fuck around and got the #1 defense in the NFL. What, 5 games in the season?
With a bunch of rookies.
Cool. So, hold on. You got top receivers, category 1. Top running back, category 2. You got top 2 offensive line, category 3.
And you told me we wasn't gonna be nothing next year.
Cool. Hold on now. And then you got the #1 defense. Bro, any other quarterback in the NFL do not have that on their team, bro. And that's why I say you can put Justin Herbert on Philly, and he's probably going to get far.
Matthew Stafford has that.
Cool. Matthew Stafford fans ain't saying he elite.
They are saying that.
No, because Matthew Stafford put his time. Matthew Stafford put his time in LA. Came back on Super Bowl. Okay, he had a super team. Yes, Matthew Stafford had a super team when he won Super Bowl. Cool. Now I saying he don't.
Team now.
That's fine. But ain't no LA fan gonna say, he not being carried. Yes, the hell he is getting carried.
I disagree with that.
You don't think Matthew's getting carried?
No.
When he won Super Bowl, bro.
No. I just think they
Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey.
No, I don't think nobody gets carried, bro, because you still got to go out there and play. Bro. Brock Purdy had a super team, and he could not win with it, bro.
Brock Purdy got carried to Super Bowl. He got carried to Super Bowl, and he couldn't win it because it was just the play calling.
He's just not a good quarterback, bro.
He's not. He's a game manager. Yes, I agree.
I don't believe in the term carry, bro, because at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback.
So if Brock Purdy is a game manager, can we agree on that? He's a game manager.
Yeah, I agree with that. He was in a Shanahan system, bro,
that carried him to the Super Bowl.
I ain't gonna say carry.
Yes,
his stats show otherwise, bro.
Bro, the play calling and the people around you make your stats. So if I'm throwing a hot route to goddamn Deebo Samuel, is he gonna carry? He gonna carry the ball like he's carrying the team.
My example of carry was the year that Daniel Jones made it to the playoff with just Saquon, and they got bumped by the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round. That's an example of carry. Because again, we know Daniel Jones is ass. We know that they didn't have no wide receiver.
That's not carry. So that's like
Saquon carried them to the playoffs.
Cool, but that's like we fell into the playoffs.
No,
I'm talking about winning the Super Bowl.
No, I'm just saying they got carried. They got carried to the playoffs, bro. Regardless if it's the Super Bowl or whatever, they got carried to the Super Bowl. No, you have to, in order to sustain a certain level of success and sustain a certain amount of wins and a certain level of stats and obtain accolades, that's not carry. You can't get carried to individual accolades. No, that's that because you earn individual accolades. No,
if I have a Calvin Johnson on my team, right? The probability of this man catching the ball, throwing score touchdowns high. That's I have to give him the ball. So that's him doing his job. If I don't have a Calvin Johnson on my team, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So as a quarterback, you need the weapons around you. So that's what I'm trying to say. People with a lot of weapons. But just like
you broke that down, they break down accuracy and QBR rating and everything like that just for quarterbacks. So again, individual accolades, you can't get carried for those.
So
when you talk about team accolade, when you talk about winning the Super Bowl, that's a team.
What's different? I ain't gonna say that. I'm about to say what's different between Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts.
You said who?
Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts. They got a super team around them. They got a defense.
Okay, well, I'll give you just one example. Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy didn't. But the stats show different.
I get you, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, that man, at the end of the day, bro,
and to be honest, a lot. And to be honest, the 49, when you talk about player for player, they had more.
Who? 49ers?
At the time when we first played the Chiefs, they had more. They first time playing the Chiefs.
Who, the 49ers?
Well, I'm talking about Brock Purdy first time playing the Chiefs, and then you talking about Jalen Hurts first time. Christian McCaffrey over Miles Sanders. You talk about
but the receivers don't add up, though.
Trent is better than our best left guard. Kittle is better than Goddard.
Yeah, but they don't have the receivers, though.
Their coach is better play caller than our. Come on, man.
They don't have the receivers, though.
What you mean?
They don't have like an A.J. Brown type player. Or, they have A.J. Brown player. A.J. Brown is unguardable, bro.
Yeah, I give you that. A.J. is unguardable.
For him to be, 235, whatever he is, and to run like that? Come on.
But at the same time, bro.
That's a big part.
At the end of the day, bro, their defense was better than ours. They had a fucking top 1 defense that whole year.
Okay. Yeah, one.
Come on, bro. You talking about Greenlaw? Hufanga? Come on, bro. Like he was leaning on that defense for the whole fucking year. They got Debo. They got fucking IU. They got Christian McCaffrey. Okay,
so
they got
you saying all that? You don't think Hurts was leaning on his team 2024? He was.
What you mean? His team?
Yes.
I think that year we had a historic year because we had over 80 sacks.
I'm talking about this year that just passed. He was leaning on Saquon. He was leaning on AJ. He was leaning on Smitty.
I told you the other day. I said we had a number 1. We leaned on turnovers and we leaned on Saquon. I told you that. But when it came down to moments when Jalen Hurts had to, in big moments, take over games, he did.
Purdy did the same thing. And then plenty games where Purdy won in the game.
But the Super Bowl, he didn't.
I get it, though.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I feel like the reason that the 49ers can get over the hump, they don't have a man at receiver that can run the ball.
And really, the NFC Championship game, he didn't, because they almost lost that to y'all. No, the playoff game to y'all.
We don't beat them niggas.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, big moments, it come down. Jalen Hurts play his best games in big moments, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he's only getting better at it every year because he got the experience. Dak Prescott and them ain't gonna never have the experience because they don't do it enough.
I'm just saying, man. He got a lot of fucking weapons, bro. He got a lot of shit.
And there's a lot of teams who do.
Who got all that?
Man, I just told you who.
Who? The Bengals, they got the receiver.
49ers, they got rid of their shit. Matthew Stafford, bro, he just got Devontae Adams. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's a super team over there. Burrow just need a defense. Bro, the man threw for almost 5,000 yards last year.
What Hurts need? Nothing.
He don't.
Okay.
I'm not saying he do.
Cool. Burrow needs something. Matthew Stafford needs something. Ravens need something.
I already told you. Ravens just need.
Josh Allen needs something.
Ravens just need.
Jalen Hurts don't need shit.
Ravens just need a closer on defense. And I told you that last year. They just got Hopkins.
Everybody needs something but Hurts.
And when they got Hopkins, what did you call Ravens?
Say it
on. I want you to say why I recorded.
I said he's a red zone target.
No. When they got Hopkins, what did you call the Ravens?
What? Tell me what I call him, sir.
You call them a super team.
Yeah, but after, listen to me. The thing about it is, one thing about you is, once you say something, ain't no going back. I can't say, hey, I'm wrong. No, yes it is. After I thought about it, I'm saying, well, he's the red zone target. He's in the latest career, like you said, because you was right. He was late. He's
all right.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, he late his career. He's not going because the offense that the Ravens have, they're not going to throw the ball like that. That's why no receiver wants to go to Baltimore because they don't throw the ball like that. But DeAndre Hopkins is a good red zone target. If he had DeAndre Hopkins against the Bills, they wouldn't have won that game.
But you got to think about the Ravens system, man. The Ravens system has always leaned on their defense. Even back when they had Flacco and Ray Lewis in them, they've never been a offense-driven team. They never been. Lamar Jackson is the offense.
Yeah, he is.
The defense has always driven the Ravens. Always. Harbaugh has been there since Ray Lewis has been there.
Huh?
So they've never been an offense-driven team. Now they are a run team and a quarterback-driven team based on Lamar. Lamar Jackson is the spark plug to that team. Now Derrick Henry. They got to figure out a way to get beyond the coaching and get beyond the hump that they keep running into. But they have a top 5 defense. All they got to do is operate through their defense and their run game, and they're gonna get there. They got 11 All Pros.
I think they need a receiver, bro. He needs somebody gonna go get the ball.
Why? They don't.
What you mean? Why?
Because they don't throw. You just said it. They don't.
I get it, but still,
that's not their game.
You still need somebody like that because when it come down, like you just said, when they played the Bills, right? They needed a receiver. They want nobody out there doing that besides the tight end. They can't fucking shit up.
If they use the recipe they've been using, they got what they need. Like you said, they got Hopkins, which is a red zone target. They got a good tight end, and they got old boy. That's all they need for what they use it for, bro. They don't need no down. They not. That's bro, not who Lamar is, bro.
I get it though, but guess what though? They needed him against the Bills. They needed somebody to go stretch the field. They needed somebody like that, bro.
Zay was hurt.
I get, but still, Zay's a slopper. He's not gonna go. He's not a speed person to go. Hey, I'm gonna stretch the field. Take 2 defenders with you down the field. He's not that person. That's what they need.
I get it, but at the end of the day, he was hurt. They was still.
That's why they got DeAndre. That's why they hoping to get with DeAndre Hopkins. Hey, I need you to take 2 defenders down there so I can either throw the ball or I can run.
And Lamar got to do a better job in big moments, bro.
I think he do fine, bro.
No, he don't.
I think he do fine.
Bro, he has a turnover in every playoff game.
I think he do fine, bro. I think he does fine. He just need it at receiver, bro.
Man, that's your opinion, bro.
He just need a it at receiver, bro. That's all he need.
Man, that's your opinion, man. But we got to go ahead and end this thing, man.
All right.
I think we gave y'all enough fire for the day, man. You know what I'm saying, man? But we'll do
this probably will never end, bro. Cause this man ain't gonna see that this man is surrounded.
Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna stand on business behind my Eagles.
Stand around it,
business
bro.
On Hurts, whoever don't like it, man, you know where you can find me at.
2 receivers, offensive line, running back.
But like I said, man, draft Thursday, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Episode 4 coming real soon. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe.
Get us on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. The video coming soon. Comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that, man. Appreciate y'all, boys.
Man. Peace, man.